clan you are,
talking about
you
the
know, what part of
regalia,
the
guys.
region you come from, what reserve you're from, you know, who
Their
your
dress.
family is, how many children you have, you know, all of these things in our regalia, we put in our regalia, you know, so that because it represents us of who we are. So if you have any questions about these old items or, you know, relatively new items, you know, don't be afraid to ask, you know, because there's always a meaning behind it. And with our beadwork, you know, you notice that we are wearing fully beaded parts in our regalia that walks hand in hand with the competitive nature of our dancing. But it also talks about the trade era. You know, before Europeans, we didn't have beads. We didn't have broadcloth. We didn't have certain cloths. So once we traded with them, we started to use them, incorporate them in our regalias when we're dancing. You know, so it's a very common misconception that, you know, Native American people were just wearing loincloths and things like that, but that's not true. You know, the real part of that history is that we would dress up for our gatherings, for our dancing, for our ceremonies, you know, because you want to look good, you know, so we would use beads, we would trade for bells, we would trade for cloth so we could be able to have somewhat of a fashion at our gatherings, and we carry that tradition on today. And if you just look into our regalia and see the beautiful beadwork and the beautiful sewing that we've done, you can tell that we've just put so much time into our regalia. So after our program, don't be afraid to come and say hello and ask about our regalia. We're going to go on to our next style of dance known as